Hello everybody, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Today I'm going to go over a couple games for you guys that are on my Steam, that I've played, that I've really enjoyed, that have good reviews, that lots of people like. So maybe you're bored, not sure what to play, and maybe you want to pick up one of these games. Now these games are going to range from about 5 USD to maybe 50 USD, something like that, and they're not in any particular order. But I did want to show you guys one of my favorite games I've ever played, starting with this game right here, Remnant 2. Now, Remnant 2 is a sequel to Remnant 1. It's a third-person looter, shooter, cooperative game where your main goal is to find out the circumstances around what's invading the Earth and what you can do to fix that. And basically this game has procedurally generated worlds where some parts of the world are randomized, so even when you play through the game 3 or 4 times, you still find and see different things. There are things known as world bosses, which are bosses you have to kill to progress to the next world, and there's always multiple ways of killing them to get different items and rewards. There's puzzles in the game where you have to go around a map and find things. You have to activate power sources. There's secret walls in this game. There's secret passages. There's secret puzzles. There's all sorts of unique things in this game that you can unlock through playing the game, through dialogue in the game, through finding secrets, by killing enemies a very specific way. You might unlock something. This is one of those games where it doesn't matter how much time you have into it. If you didn't look up how to do something, and I mean this because this game, they had to actually have people that are known as data miners or whatever online to figure out all the secrets in this game. That's how in-depth this game goes. It's not quite on a scale of Elden Ring, and it's not a totally open world. But it is similar to Dark Souls and Elden Ring, just without the Elden Ring open world ability. This game does have guns, crossbows, spears, axes, knives, it's swords, it's got it all. You don't want to miss out on Remnant 2, and it's on sale right now for 46 Canadian dollars. So the next game I want to talk about really quick is a game called Maniac. Now this game is a really cheap game, but this game has an over-the-top down play style, like the old school Grand Theft Auto games for PC. And on this game, your main objective is to go around this open map and get your wanted level as high as you can and complete the challenges, which might be killing a certain type of person a certain amount of times, blowing up a certain type of vehicle, and you will unlock new characters. And as you play the game, you will unlock things in the game to progress through the round. Each round is 20 minutes with the end goal of getting a nuke dropped, which will signify that you have actually outlasted and won the round, and you'll be certified as a true maniac. This game is awesome. Right now it's only $5 Canadian. Definitely a fun game to play. Not a big game. No, I've never even heard of the developer, but this game here is a game that is worth a shot. It's just a fun game, and you'll probably get a couple hours out of it for sure. So now on to another game that is a little more popular. A lot of people have been playing this recently, but BMX Streets. Now, if you're looking for a sports game, a skateboarding game, and you miss the skate series, you're looking for a BMX game, and maybe you're an older guy like me and you used to play like Matt Hoffman Pro BMX or Dave Mira for PlayStation and things like that back in the day. Maybe you played some Riders Republic BMX, maybe you played Pipe, whatever type of BMX game you've played. In my own personal opinion, this game is better than them all. And, in this game you have customizable parts, you have very hard, unique challenges to unlock those parts. You've got a pretty big open world that doesn't have a lot of bugs in the main map. I know a lot of people don't like the map. It's not packed enough with stuff, but you really have to find your lines. And if you're a person that wants to play on the main map and you really like to go around in the world and find lines that are challenging and unique and hard to hit, and then try and hit them and do that over and over and over again and get yourself your fun clips, just like you would on Skate 3 or Skate Session or Riders Republic BMX or any other game like this, even Shredders with snowboarding. This is along the lines of those realistic, also potentially non-realistic games where you can just have a lot of fun riding around on a bike by yourself or with your friends, going to unique parks, going to big bowls, going to indoor parks, unlocking hidden parks. There's a ton of stuff to do in this game, and with huge mod support, it would be silly not to at least give this game a shot if you're into sports games like BMX and skateboarding, mountain biking, snowboarding. If you are a sports games person, an extreme sports, an active sports person, this game is one of the games that you gotta have, definitely. And of course, we all know this game. I'm not going to go, this one doesn't even count, but if I mention BMX Streets, I also have to mention Skate Session. That's just a game that has to get mentioned along with BMX Streets. These games are awesome. So those are 3 games right there that, you cannot go wrong with. All of those 3 games will all make you happy. And the purpose of my gameplay video thing here is to make it so you have some maybe new unique games that you haven't tried yet. So another game that I want to bring up here that, it is a good game. Not a lot of people play it, I guess. It's for people that don't like Diablo 4 or Path of Exile, but you still want to play a really engaging action RPG style game like that without as many complications. Maybe you're sick of Diablo 3, you don't like Diablo 4, and Path of Exile is too hard. If that suits you, then you're going to try this game. This game is a much more simple action RPG game like Diablo 3, right? It's more along the lines of Diablo 3 with its simplicity, but its graphical content and the gameplay is a little more, Path of Exile, Diablo 3 style without being super hard. There's nothing here that really resembles Diablo 4 other than it being a new type of action RPG game. Now, this game also does have cross-class things going on. You're not just locked to one specific class. You can build your character and unlock special abilities based off of what dual class mode you're picking. So I did try this game out. And if you do like the action RPG games, you're looking for something with full offline support, you don't have to be playing on the server with people and things like that. This game is another one of those games that you should try out. It's exactly what I said it is. It's similar to Diablo 3 and Path of Exile in terms of how you get through the worlds and the gameplay. And then it's, graphically decent, better than Path of Exile and Diablo 3, more towards Diablo 4. So if you have a game, you got Diablo 3, you're done, Diablo 4 sucks to you, and Path of Exile is too hard, again, this is the game to try out. Now, ironically enough, I did want to bring up another game here, which is another top-down game, but again, it's a different style of game here. It's called Raven's Watch. Now, Raven's Watch is another one of those games that's basically a roguelite style game. It's similar to Maniac in the sense that you have to outlast the time here. You can't die. This is a roguelite game. So the longer you go through, the higher chance of death, but the longer you make it and the longer you survive, the more things you will unlock, the more potential rewards that you can get in the game will unlock, and the better playing experience you will have. So it's one of those games where the more you play it, the more you're going to die, but the better you will get at the game, and you have to learn the unique fighting mechanics of all of the enemies if you want to be successful at this game. You can't just make one build and do the same thing over and over and over again and expect to get through this game. That's not really how this game works. You have to be unique, you have to try, you have to use gameplay tactics, you have to use positioning, you have to understand what the enemies are doing. or else you're just not gonna make it. It took a few tries for me to kill the boss in the first area the first time, and after I did that, let's just say it didn't get any easier. Still a good game. I'm still gonna play it sometime. I just haven't had the means to play it lately. And another game that I want to mention here now. I don't know how many people play this game or have heard of it, but I assume it's quite a bit. But State of Decay 2. This is just a really good, graphically nice, multiplayer kind of, settling a camp and surviving type zombie game where it tells you how many days you're surviving. You have to get out in the world, you have to explore, you have to find things. This is a good game to play if, let's say, that one other game, Project Zomboid, if that game isn't graphically good enough, you want something with better graphics per se, but still the same style of gameplay of going around and finding your resources and surviving and building where you're at and getting vehicles and unlocking different materials and different weapons and all that type of stuff. This game is a really good game because it's easy. There's a lot of different difficulties you can pick. It's an easy game to a hard game depending how you want to play. Debatably, the harder modes of the game is just an enemy spawning simulator, and it gets really hard for no reason, potentially. But if you want a good graphic zombie survival game where you have a camp and it's your goal to survive as long as you want, State of Decay 2 is another one of those great games. It's just really good for hopping on and having a good time and getting some playtime of just non-stressful, totally enjoying yourself style of game. And that's going to be the 5 games that I wanted to bring up out of my Steam library, because in my opinion, these 5 games are good and unique, and they're all a different type of game. So one of these games is for somebody, definitely. Have a good day, everybody. Take care. Stay gaming.